Go ahead, you can do the introduction.
No, it's you. You do the one every time.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming. Okay, I'm not doing it.
That's your go-to. Hey guys. Gotta do it again.
Hi guys. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. Sorry if my glasses have a weird glare. But I've been like going back and forth between different types of videos. I didn't want to do all of these love story videos in a row just because I didn't want to bore some people. I incorporated different content. But we did 3 episodes. If you haven't seen those already, go back and watch those first. If you don't know, this is my boyfriend, Mark.
Hey guys.
If you want to know what happened after how we left off the last video, which is basically telling you guys we were going on a 15-hour road trip to Alabama together after only dating for how long? A month. 2 weeks?
Mid-July, and we left early August.
Oh, it's the beginning of August. You're so right. After dating for 2 weeks, taking a 15-hour road trip together, what happened? Please keep watching. It's Sunday, by the way. We look...
I look good. What were you gonna say?
Nice. Thanks. Thank you.
You look good too, honey.
Oh my god.
You look beautiful.
I look like a bum. That's what... Ow! Bundled up on the couch, and we're gonna tell you. So basically, you threw it out there, and I was like, okay, I'll come. So I agreed to go on the road trip within like 3 days of you actually leaving. So this is when he was going to be a junior. It was us and his parents. So we were driving your dad's car and your car, right?
Correct.
His car didn't have air conditioning.
Did not.
Does it now?
Yeah, it's good now.
Didn't have air conditioning. We said in the last video it was literally like the hottest day of the summer. He has neoprene seat covers, and if you don't know him at all, he's the sweatiest person on the planet.
Dude,
basically.
you're pretty sweaty too, though. Like,
yeah, but
not that out.
Okay, I'm sweating when I work out. You just sweat existing all the time.
You were sweating in the car existing too.
Oh, then?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Morning of, we leave, whatever. Remember, we like took some pictures. So we start out driving. Was that there or there was like a lot of traffic?
Like literally 20 minutes
We literally get
in.
onto the turnpike, which is like right by our house. Maybe like 15 minutes in, and we sit in traffic for like...
Probably like an hour delay.
An hour at least. And it's not like you sit in traffic or wherever, you're like hours away. We were probably 15 minutes away from home.
Yeah, that was rough.
There was nothing really that crazy about the road trip, but only had been dating for 2 weeks. We were friends before that, so it's not like it was awkward. It was just kind of that point in your relationship, obviously since it was so new, where we were all trying to get to know each other and like asking questions, and nothing was ever uncomfortable, but we talked about a lot of stuff. Like, yeah. I'm pretty sure that whole road trip out, did we listen to like any music?
Not a lot. I mean, every now and then.
Here and there, but we talked the entire time.
Yeah.
I remember thinking it went pretty fast.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Except for the fact that we were dying of heat. Like, I had my feet sticking out the window. Like, I was trying to fan myself off. We were dying the whole time.
It was really rough.
It was really bad. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about like politics, religion, like all that like deep, serious stuff, which we didn't really know about each other because we were friends, but we never got into that type of thing before that. So we had a really good trip down. Mm-hmm. Like, just a lot of good conversation.
We got to talk about a lot of things.
Yeah. And it was really fun. I remember we got to the Welcome to Alabama sign, and we got out on the side of the road. It's like on the side of the highway. We got out, and your mom took a picture of us.
Yeah, that was cool.
Then we finally got there, and did we go right to your apartment?
Yeah, I think we probably unloaded some stuff. Took my
I got to see
bags
his
and clothes
apartment.
back
Yeah,
in.
it was super nice. Pool right outside his window. Did some shopping, like got that all set up. Basically just had like a weekend of like him getting back to school, but like you were showing me around everything.
It was pretty cool to show you around.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, we did like a huge walk around campus. I got to see everything. And then we did like dinner somewhere nice downtown.
Was that the time dinner was
Oh my god.
Was that...
We go to dinner at like the best spot
De Palma's.
there. De Palma's.
Oh,
yeah, an
man,
Italian
it's
restaurant.
so good.
It's really good Italian food. But they don't take reservations, do they?
No, you got first come, first serve.
And it was like move-in weekend for everybody going back to school.
Parents, families, everything was there.
Yeah, so it was probably like, how long? I seriously swear it was a 2-hour wait.
Probably an hour and a half. So we ended, our like time, they said, was like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I remember I had the worst headache ever, and I was like trying like hard not to be a party pooper, because like we had just started dating, you know, like I didn't want to be a downer, but I was like dying inside, like when we were waiting this entire 2 hours. I think it's because I was so hungry. So didn't we go somewhere and get something?
We got ice pops.
Oh yeah, we went and got like, it's not
Steel
an ice
City
pop,
Pops.
it's like an ice cream popsicle. And I think the second night was when. And we have another good day again, blah, blah, blah. And we go out to another dinner that night. We just got to do so much cool stuff. It was such a good trip.
I want to go back. I really need to get back down there.
We had such a good time, like going to all the restaurants and like
so much fun.
Seeing everywhere. That was so fun.
I miss Alabama.
I miss like not knowing it. Like I want to go back to the first time and just see it.
I know.
Oh, it's so cool. Okay, we had only been dating like maybe 3 weeks at this point.
Yeah,
maybe.
probably about 3 weeks.
And mind you, I was in denial for months leading up to this that I could even be attracted to him, let alone like actually seriously date him, being serious. Because he was 4 years younger than me and we had just been friends for a long time. We were in the same friend group, yada yada. So this is like 3 weeks in and we're like hardcore, like
vibing.
Head over heels. Yeah, like we're like those people. We're doing all the cute, corny pictures, the captions. We did all of it.
Yeah.
And I remember we went out to dinner and then we were going to bed or something. I think, weren't we going to bed?
Yeah.
And we were just like laying there, and I don't remember what I said.
You said
it had been eating at me, like eating me alive. The fact that I literally already knew I loved him, and it had only been 3 weeks. And when you know that, and like you're not saying it, it's this feeling inside. It's like bubbling up, and you feel like it's gonna explode out. I didn't want to say it first, really, but I did anyway. Most people don't do that. Most of the time, the guy says it first. But we were laying there, and I think I said like
you said something. You were like, I have to tell you something.
I was like, I have to tell you something. And he's like, what? And I was like, it's just gonna sound so crazy.
Yeah, you said stuff like that.
That's what I said. I was like, it's gonna sound so crazy. And he's like, no, it won't, or like, I'm sure it doesn't, or something.
You kept egging it on.
He just kept saying like it's not that crazy, but then he would let it go. He's like, oh, it's fine. And in my head, I'm like, no, dude, don't let it go. Keep asking me. What am I supposed to do? I need to say this and get it off my chest.
Yeah.
So then he kind of got the picture. It was like,
is it three words?
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, I know what you want to say. Is it 3 words? And I was like, yeah. He says the 3 words, and I said, yeah. And I basically told him then that I loved him. And he returned it instantly.
I said it back.
Yeah, he said it right back.
Yeah, I mean, I was feeling the same thing, but I just...
Like, were you thinking it on that trip? That's what I want to know.
Oh, yeah. But I just didn't know if...
Like, were you planning on... You told me that you were planning on saying it by the end of the weekend.
Yeah. Because I don't want you to leave...
And not say it.
Knowing where you were at the beginning when you said you didn't want to be attached and all that kind of stuff, I knew that if I just, like, didn't say it and we left... It would be this big thing that we didn't say.
And then we didn't know.
And who knows when I would have seen you again.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to know...
Before I left.
Before you left that I felt that way.
This was like the second to last night. So he did have time. So I wanted to say it. So then we said it. Which I feel like was actually good. Because the next day was even more amazing. Because we had said it. Then we got to say it like multiple times. And we wrote these huge long captions on like our Instagram posts when we left each other. Remember we went to dinner at
Mellow
Mushroom. Yeah, we were writing our captions about each other.
Yeah.
And both of them had said like I love you in the caption. Good moment that we had. I want to go back. Don't you love reliving memories? I do. Seems like so long.
I just miss being down there with you.
I know.
Like we had so much fun.
So Alabama was really cool because it was like our place. We had only been dating for 2 or 3 weeks before he went back, and he was there 9 months out of the year. So most of our time for our first 2 years of dating, or a little less, 2 years probably.
Yeah, July to...
Like 80% of the time was spent in Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, close to it.
Me going on trips out there, visiting him. And of course, long distance is always going to be that way. Like when you don't see someone for a long time, it's going to make like those 4 days so incredible, which is kind of the beauty of long distance as long as you can handle it. So I feel like that's the way we were. Like we soaked up every second. Like we did not spend 1 second apart. You would try and go to class and you would like leave early.
I know. I would purposely try to do like get all my crap done. So if I picked you up on a Thursday...
He would do everything he possibly could in school and, like, work-related to not have anything to do when I was there. Yeah. Every single time he would pick me up from the airport, he would bring me 1 rose.
I did.
Every time. He would, and this would always happen. Every
I'd
time.
have one there, and then I'd have
Oh, yeah. He would bring me when I was at the airport, but he would have a bouquet at his apartment. But I would go down the escalator, and he would always be standing at the bottom, except for like one time we were late.
Yeah, I got stuck in traffic.
Which was cute, because he did it every time. So kind of just like talking about Alabama. There's not anything super specific after that we could go into. I mean, we could, but the trips were really like such a cool part of our relationship.
I mean, for that first year, we saw each other like every 3 weeks almost.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
Twice?
There was some times where it was a little bit longer.
No, those first maybe
first couple months it was 3 weeks.
The first month or two, we went 3 weeks max.
Yeah.
You came down
Definitely.
twice.
Yeah.
You came down twice in September. The beginning of September and at the end of September.
But towards the end of the year, there was times where it was like 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
Was there longer than that?
I mean, we went from August until Halloween break. So
yeah.
close.
So, well, and you start very early in August, so it probably got up to 2.5, 3 months. That beginning of the relationship thing where, like, we could only go 3 weeks, it felt so long.
It really did feel.
We Skyped.
Dude.
Every single night, basically.
Yeah, for like hour at least.
You remember?
Well, that's so crazy.
It's
FaceTime
so
and
weird.
Skype.
We would FaceTime all the time. Always. You would write me letters. So fun to think about that stuff and go back. Talking about long distance a little bit, we didn't struggle with it in the sense of not trusting each other. It was just, it's hard not always knowing when you're going to see them next. In the beginning, I had trips planned out a couple times, so I knew, like, okay, when I was leaving, like, see you in 3 weeks or see you in a month. But sometimes it would get to the point where I didn't always have a trip booked. It got to be hard when we didn't know when we were going to see each other next, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that was always tough.
Yeah.
Especially later on, like my last year. We've been doing it for a while, so it wasn't one of those things where it was like we understood we had things to do and we needed to save money.
Yeah.
So we were like, maybe I can't make it in 3 weeks, but in 6 to 8, maybe I can come down.
We also weren't always the hugest texters.
We really didn't text a lot.
We didn't text very much. I mean, yeah, like we would text in the morning or whatever, but normally you would always call me in the morning or I would call you.
We'd
And
send
we
a couple
would FaceTime
texts
at
maybe
night.
during the day. Like,
Yeah, we would
just to
text
see.
throughout the day, but we weren't texting back and forth.
But you were doing your thing, I was doing my thing, and then at night we would call.
Yeah. We did have a little bit of a time difference, just 1 hour, which doesn't really seem like that big of a deal, but it's kind of annoying because, I would be coaching late or coaching early and I would have to go to bed, and if he was coaching late and I was coaching early the next day, I would be going to bed earlier than normal and he would be going to go home later than normal, so then, we couldn't really talk sometimes, which was hard, but we managed our schedules pretty good. What was your favorite trip we had?
First one, for
I
sure.
know, me too. Basically, that was just a little insight on our first trip to Alabama. Nothing crazy, but how we said I love you, and just a really good trip that we had. It was awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
It solidified everything. We just, knew then it was this is legit, We already knew, but it just hadn't been said. We both knew we loved each other, we just didn't say it type thing. Well, thank you guys so much for watching.